and I'm back with another video, yo. So I'm still doing my nails, and I feel like I want to talk about something else, about like my experiences with having roommates at college. That was actually a really interesting story. Sorry, I'm like painting my nails at the same time while I'm talking to y'all. But anyway, I had in total 7 roommates over the course of 3 years. I was on campus for about like 3 years. My type of apartment type complex, it was an actual apartment, and we had our roommates and stuff, but we all paid our like own like rent. Like it was always a fixed rent. Like it wasn't like let's say if somebody moved out, it wouldn't really affect us because we would still pay the same exact amount of money. It's not like we were desperate to like find somebody else, you know. But so I had a total of 7 roommates. They were all females, different ethnicities. So we're just gonna go down the line. I'm not gonna say their names. I'm just going to, I may give them nicknames, we'll see. Roommate number 1 and 2, I would say. So I was a freshman, and my roommates, one of them was a junior, the other one was a senior. So senior and junior, those are their names. So coming into the situation, I was a freshman, I didn't know anything about college, like I was so nervous. Senior and junior, they were, I guess, both best friends or whatever. I don't know how they knew each other, but I think I clicked more with junior than senior. Senior didn't really give me much of a chance in the very beginning. I felt like she thought that like her dude, I don't know, like as if I was getting a little bit more attention. Senior dated a I don't know if he was a quarterback, but he was a football player at this rival college. He would bring all of his football player teammates to our house. Like sometimes I'll walk in and there's like about 5 guys in there, and I'm just like, what? And they're all just staring. I'm just like, this makes me nervous, because at the time I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any friends. Like I didn't know not one person except my roommate. So senior is the girl that dated the football player. She was like, I would say like, I don't want to say she was mean. Well, I don't know. I just felt like I didn't really trust her in the very beginning. Like I really felt like she could care less about me or getting to know me. Junior gravitated more towards me a little bit more. Like she wanted to kind of get to know me. She wanted to know, like, you know, was I outgoing? Am I dating anybody? What courses am I taking? Do I like to party? You know, like typical type stuff. So she was cool. This is where it kind of got funny, is because one day, now senior and junior was only there for like, I really felt like she was only there for a month. I don't know how long she was there, but I really felt like she was probably really there for a month. Because I was in that apartment from August to November. What happened was senior and junior, I came home from school one time, and junior told me like she's moving out, and I was like, the heck? Like I'm thinking in my head, no, like you can't move out. Like I don't know anybody. What the heck? Like you cannot move out. She was like my only friend. So I was like, where are you going? She was like, well, I'm still gonna be in the apartment complex, but I'm just moving to another room. I'm thinking, why would you do that? I mean, we didn't know each other enough like for her to just tell me all her business, but she was one of those girls, like she'll spill it. Me, I'm not gonna tell everybody my business, but she just told me. She was basically like, yeah, I was coming home or whatever. Me and senior got into it. I went with her to a party. No, she said she went to a party and senior was there, and senior had her friends were a little bit like, I wouldn't say ghetto, but they were just a little bit too ratchet for me. I mean, some of them were cool though. Like the only thing that I would say is they were pretty girls, but they were just a little ratchet. Senior tried to get her friends to jump me outside of a party. Actually, or did they jump her? I don't know, I can't remember. I think either they did jump Junior or they tried to, but either way I was like, what the heck, like y'all supposed to be best friends, what type of mess is that? She was like, yeah, do you think like you can help me move the rest of her stuff? Like when I went in her room, like majority of her stuff was already gone, so I'm thinking like, dang, like this girl is really trying to get out. She's on the phone with her mom. She's like, yeah, like I really can't believe she really got her trying to get her friends to jump me, and like I need to get out of here, and I'm not about to like be in a apartment with somebody who I don't trust. So I'm thinking like, oh no, like if this girl tried to get her people to jump her best friend, then we're not even friends. So what are you gonna do with me? Okay, so I help her move her stuff down. So then I went back upstairs. So basically it was just me and Senior. So Senior is there. She's like, she said something like, isn't it sad or something like that. I don't know. I think she was just trying to be funny. Junior left. Me and her were having some problems or whatever. And she was like, you know, like, I mean, I guess she just wanted to just leave, I guess. And I was like, yeah. I was like, well, I just helped her pack, you know, finish packing her stuff and get her settled into her new room. From then, after that, I started to kind of get used to Senior's personality and how she works. She is the type of girl, like, she is generous, but she's not going to be all up in your face and be like, oh my gosh, girl, do you want to do this? Do you want to do... Like, she's not going to do that. Friends will come over. Well, when I start to make friends, they will come over and they'll be asking her, like, to borrow her stuff. And she's like, yeah, sure, like, you don't even have to ask. And we were just like, you know, well, it's kind of courtesy, so we just try and be nice. And she's like, yeah, go ahead. So, these nails are not turning out good. I need to do another coat. So, but yeah, she was cool. The way that me and her stopped living together, it wasn't because we chose to. It was actually more, I would say, environmental. Oh, actually, okay, I forgot. So after Junior moved out, there was another roommate that came in. She was only there for like about probably about like a couple weeks. I probably want to say maybe she was there about 2 weeks. And I'm gonna call her Complainer. The reason why she is called Complainer is because that's her name. She complained about everything. She was only there for 2 weeks. I had to kick her out. I kicked her out. She would complain about the littlest stuff. Sometimes even when it came to the fridge. Oh, there's like no space for me to put my stuff in there. And I'm just like, well, guess what? It makes, you know, 2 of us. Like, I have to try and squeeze my stuff in here too. So eventually I just snapped. I was like, you know what? Like, you're new, and it's like kind of annoying when you're coming in and you're just like changing up everything. Okay, so Senior was gone. She was gone for about like, I don't know if it was that weekend or a whole week. I can't remember, but she went to go see her family back at home. Basically, after that conversation, the next day her family was there and they were helping her pack her stuff, and I was thinking in my head like, adios. And I know like how I'm thinking, like how I'm probably portraying it is like, oh my gosh, like, Amber, you're so petty, why you make that girl feel uncomfortable? No, she made us feel uncomfortable. It's like we couldn't even be ourselves. And me, I'm not a wild girl at all, but it's like I'm respectful. I'm not gonna be loud. I don't invite people over who are loud. Like, if I feel like they're being too loud, and be like, okay, be quiet a little bit, or you know, because whatever they do reflects on me. Okay, so how I got to new roommate number 4. As soon as I'm able to finally move into my new place, I go downstairs to the main office. They gave me the key with the room number in it. So I'm like, okay, like, cool. So then coincidentally, my new roommate, I didn't even know this girl was about to be my roommate. She didn't know I was gonna be her roommate. She comes downstairs and she's like basically bitching about, oh, you guys sent a letter a week ago about a new roommate coming in, and this person hasn't shown up, like, and we just keep having maintenance people in, like, is she gonna come, is she not? So then the lady was like, what's your room number? And she said my room, like my new room number. So she was like, well, this is your new roommate. So we're just like looking at each other, like it was so awkward. So how I would describe roommate number 4 is mysterious. You think that you know her when she can be a complete different thing. I don't know, she was just really weird. Like, I would be on the couch in the living room, and how it would be is like the couch would be like, let's say this, I'm sitting on the couch right now, and right in front of me is actually her room. So when she would come in, it's not like she would say hey whatever, like she would just come in and just like shift her body in a weird way and try and hurry up and unlock the door. I'm like, what the heck? She was dating a guy who came out of jail or something. She wasn't rude, but then again, like, I don't know, I just felt like majority of my roommates, except for maybe like 2, I had 7, so maybe like 2 out of 7 actually gave me a chance or actually wanted to get to know me, because all the other ones came off as bitches. Mysterious came off like, I don't know, I just felt like she thought she was better or something. So there was, besides me, there was already 2 roommates coming into my new place. So it was Mysterious, who was roommate number 4, and then roommate number 5, I'm gonna call her quiet, because she was extremely quiet towards me. She was probably the only one, like, out of everybody that I didn't really talk to. My brother-in-law came in town, not my sister's husband, but my sister's husband's little brother came in town to visit. So he was actually with me. Him and his friends were there, and of course I let him stay the night, because I'm like, your family, you just sleep on the couch, like, you know. So he stayed over. I'm in my room, and this guy I was friends with, but we were like friends with benefits, he stayed the night too. So it was 2 guys. Comes morning time and everybody's kind of waking up, one of my other friends who lived like literally like right across the hall, like he was literally my neighbor, he came over that morning, and then my brother-in-law's other 2 friends came over. So it was me plus, what is that, 5 guys in the living room. So I guess like Quiet and Mysterious is like coming out their rooms, you know, here and there, like not really saying anything. Like everybody else was, I mean, my people, they're gonna speak, like they're gonna say hey or good morning or whatever. This is when, even till this day, this really still pissed me off. So the guys, well, some of the guys, they want to smoke. No, everybody knows I'm not a smoker, so I don't smoke at all. So I'm in my room. They asked me first, like, is it okay? And I said, well, I would assume, because number 1, Mysterious smoked with her dude. I don't know if she smokes, but her people smoke. So I'm just like, yeah, like at least, you know, like that's fine. So I told them, I said, as long as you just blow out the balcony, like don't have it everywhere in the house, because I don't like it. Like it comes through the vents and it goes all over my clothes. Like I guess like my brother-in-law and one of my friends, like they came to me and they were like, yeah, I think your roommate has an issue, or I don't know, like, so they said, like, they were saying, yeah, she wants to talk to you, or I don't know. So they had left, all my people, they had left at the house. So I was on the phone with my mom, and I had the door, like, you know, closed or whatever. She knocks on the door, Quiet knocks on the door, and she's like, yeah, when you get a chance, I'm gonna need to talk to you. Like, that's how she came off. So it's just, let me tell you, it's just, I laugh when people just give me attitude, because they really feel like I'm not crazy. Like, I'm really not trying to be that girl, but the way that people talk, it's like you gotta come at me a certain way. She's like, wait, what happened? Oh, okay. She was like, so I don't think that we formally met. That's a good thing, I forgot to say. So why, when this girl came in, she never even said any type of like words to me at all? And then she was like, yeah, like you have like your friends over, they're really loud, and then you have somebody who's smoking and blah blah blah. So I'm just like, oh, I apologize, and you know, I didn't know if they couldn't smoke or whatever, and I told them, I said, I'm not a smoker at all. Yeah, I understand. So then they were like, yeah, that guy that was sitting on the sofa, and I was like, well, who, my brother-in-law? She was like, oh, well, he said that you guys are cousins. And I was like, well, either way, we're family. Because at this point, like, I don't know. He calls me cousin. Sometimes I call him brother-in-law. Because at this point, I don't really know what to call I don't really know what to call the siblings of your brother or sister-in-law, you know? So I just be like, are they my brother-in-laws too? I don't know. She was like, well, I just think that next time, you know, you have to start letting people know when you're gonna have company. And I'm thinking in my head like, bitch, what? So I'm just like, okay, you know, I give that fake smile like, okay, I really don't care about this stupid meeting, and I'm really about to call my friends back over, like, who are you? I don't really care. She starts talking to Mysterious about something completely different. And I guess they're talking, and I'm thinking in my head like, okay, is this conversation over? And then the way she like dismisses me, she was like, oh, you can go back to your room now, like, I'm done talking. So how I feel straight up is that I'm gonna give you a couple times to talk to me that way, because I'm trying to figure out, you know, maybe it's you. Maybe after you say something, maybe you can be a woman and apologize, or the way, or I don't know. Because with me, you only get a couple times, like literally 2, before I start to make your life a living hell. And if you want to know how that happened, you can check out my other story time in the future when I talk about roommate number 6. She eventually, like, how I think about Quiet is that she never talked to me. She was always a mute. She talked to Mysterious, but she never talked to me. What was funny about the whole situation is that she invited her friends over all the time. They were loud as fuck. One of the girls was like so loud, she had a stuck smile. I remember her little braces. She was just so loud. Then on top of that, Mysterious would have her people over and they would smoke. How are you gonna complain about my people, how they were loud? I need to let y'all know, like, you are my parents. And did I ever let them know? No. I never said, hey, so-and-so is coming over. Is that okay? No, it's my house too. I feel like they were really irrelevant and I didn't really like them. However, Quiet actually moved out. She was there with me for like 1 semester. After that, she was actually pretty nice. Like, you know, sometimes we would see each other and she'll like wave or she'll say, hey Amber. Like, she was more nice outside of being my roommate. As a roommate, she was horrible. Even though she didn't say a lot, it was like her body language that was like the worst. Then I would say like months goes by and then I get roommate number 6, and I'm probably gonna call her Flip Flop because she really was, like, we were inseparable. She was like one of my best roommates. Like, I really enjoyed having her as a friend. You know, she was like really cool. Like, we would it took a little bit for us to like actually build like a good friendship or a good, you know, roommate relationship, because all the time she was always nice, she was always sharing, she was talkative. Not really talkative, she was like kind of like reserved a little bit, but when you talk to her, she'll talk. And that's how I was. Like, our personalities were just in sync, and I was like, oh my god, 6 roommates to get to her. You know, we would go out, go to parties, go, like, you know, just see things, go to different events. Like, only maybe about 3 people know the whole backstory about everything that happened between me and her. It was horrible. It was the biggest flip-flop in history. Like, I really felt like I was Jesus and she was Judas. I'm gonna discuss that more in another story time because I can't give all of it away. There was a lot of incidents that were building up. Like, I saw and I felt the downfall. And once we hit rock bottom, I knew there was no way of like ever becoming friends ever again. Like there was no way. So she actually had a boyfriend in the Navy, which she found out like he was married. And that's why I do not trust military boys. But she found out he was married, and he had like a drinking problem. Like he got kicked out the Navy with some like charges behind him. It was just bad. I don't know, because there was a time that me and all my roommates were in a relationship, so we always have our boyfriends over. How I feel about her today is I really don't care for her. Like I'm really past hating her, because before I really hated her. Like if you mention her name or anything, I just really would despise who she was. I really thought like she was just evil. But now, because I'm older, I'm a little bit more mature, and all of that is just annoying. I don't really have time. So at this point, if I see her, I wouldn't even say anything. I wouldn't even look at her. At this point, she's kind of irrelevant. She's only relevant because like right now, because I'm telling this story about my roommates. But so my last roommate number 7. Now I don't even know what to really name her. I guess I'll call her, I don't know. She wasn't even there that long. She was kind of like another 2 weeks type person. Kind of like complainer. She didn't really complain or anything. She had a boyfriend. He would come sometimes. Her boyfriend was kind of weird though. One time, which really made me mad, is the boy, like I had Shiloh. He was like roaming around the living room, and her boyfriend was like, oh my gosh, that cat is so cute. Like how old is he? So we were talking about him, and then Shiloh just wanders in, you know, I don't know's room. So I don't know's boyfriend was like, oh, it's okay, like he can come in the room, whatever. And I was like, okay. So then he just closes the door while my cat was in there. So eventually he did open the door like a couple seconds later, but I just thought that was so weird. After that, I never let Shiloh near her room, her boyfriend, anything that was hers, because I thought that was so weird. Like that was one thing that will land me in jail, messing with Shiloh. Because Shiloh can't defend himself, so I'm gonna have to defend him. And that's one thing that will make me really go ham on you. So I don't know. She was just weird. Like I don't really have anything to say about her. Like she was only there for a little bit. I'm trying to figure out why did she leave though. Oh, it's because I felt like in her head she thought we were like messing with her. Her first week, I was cleaning out the freezer, and I didn't know. No, it wasn't her first week. It was the second day. So she moved in the first day, but she came kind of late. So I'm thinking like, oh, I didn't know like she even had any stuff in the fridge or in the freezer or anything. So the second day, sometimes I like to clean, you know, I like things organized. So I was cleaning out the freezer, throwing away anything old or anything that anybody wasn't claiming. I seen these like chicken wings or something. They were like past due, but I had asked Flip Flop, I was like, are these yours? She was like, no. So I was like, oh, okay. So I just threw it away. Okay, so later that night we found out it was actually I don't know's. So she was going around the house asking all of us. She asked me, Flip Flop, and then my boyfriend at the time, he was over. So she asked all of us, like, did anybody touch any of her stuff? Did they actually throw it away or whatever? And I was like, no, because for real, I was like, no, I didn't touch any of your stuff. Like, I'm thinking like she just put stuff in there. I didn't know she already had stuff in there, and I threw it away. Basically, I threw away all her food. But the thing is, they were all past due. It's not like if I would have seen a regular date, but it was like weeks past due. So I'm thinking like, I thought it was me or Flip Flop, so that's why I threw it away. So eventually I came clean, and I felt like in her head she just thought like, oh, I'm the new person and these girls are just trying to bully me. Because it came like how everything was playing out from when she moved in to when she decided to move out was as if like me and Flip Flop were bullying her, and it really wasn't. Like it was just a coincidence, or it was just like an accident. It really was. So because I don't throw any, like I'm not mean like that. Well, it depends. I gave her actually her money back because I'm that type of person. If I threw something away and it's gonna be expensive and that was food, I paid her back the money. So I gave her like, I think it was like $30 or something, like flip-flop. And my boyfriend at the time, they were like, you gave her too much money. And I was like, I'm just trying to be nice. Like, I really feel bad because I was giving her money to pay for her stuff, and then I was kind of giving her extra money, like, hey, I'm sorry, whatever. I know how it feels to be like the new person that comes in, and you know, you're just trying to be comfortable in your own place. And then the second incident was, okay, so my boyfriend at the time, he had one of his friends come in town. It was St. Patrick's Day. You know, we had a lot of liquor in us, and we were just like heated about everything that happened in the nightclub. And his friend was in my bathroom, like yelling up a storm, like so loud. And mind you, it was probably like clubs in about 2, so I wouldn't say this was actually around like maybe 3 or 4 in the morning. He had so much liquor. Everybody had liquor. Like, I had so much liquor. My ex had liquor, and he had liquor. I guess she heard it, and she was like, I guess on the phone with her mom, because like he was so loud, like to the point that Shiloh was under the bed. He didn't even want to come out. I don't know, did not like that. And I guess she told her parents, and her parents was like, yeah, like, we're coming to help you move out because you're living somewhere else. Like, we're not gonna have you stay in here. And it wasn't like I was eavesdropping. Like, she was talking loud enough for like as if she didn't really care at this point, like if we heard. All I kept saying was, I'm so sorry, because I just felt like everything, it was just going bad. Like, she was only there for like about like maybe 2 weeks. She was just like, yeah, I just can't, I don't think I just can live here. It's just too dangerous. It's just too much, and I just don't feel like I'm getting along with people. I'm just like, I'm thinking in my head, girl, I just gave you $30. What do you mean you don't think that you're getting along with people? I'm just trying to convince her, like, you know, don't leave, like, just stay. Because at this point, I was thinking in my head, it's either her or somebody else I'm gonna have to get to know. And at this point, I didn't really want another roommate. I was already on my 7th roommate, and I was like, please, I don't want another one. She moved out, and then it was just me and Flip-Flop there for like the next, was it like a year? I don't know how long we were there by like with just each other. Maybe either a year or like 1 semester. Yeah, and then it didn't work out. That is, I would say, the story of me and my 7 roommates. At this point, how I feel about roommates is, number 1, it's different college versus like you actually having a roommate at your house that's not college related. Is because with college, they just pick and choose, and they just put people, you know. And when you actually have your own place and you're looking for roommates, you get to decide who you want in your house or not. So I don't really mind having a roommate, but at this point, I don't want to have roommates that like I have to get to know. I don't mind being by myself. Me, myself, and Shy is all I got to the end. Right? That's what you found out? I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any roommates, I want to know about your experiences with roommates. Like, did you like them? Like, are you guys friends? Like, did you have any like bad experiences? Another thing is, my sister was like, it feels like you're in Bad Girls Club, and I really felt like I was. It was bad. There was fights and stuff. Heck yeah, it really felt like Bad Girls Club. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.